Welcome, my Aquarian collective Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs. Welcome to your 7-card draw. What do I need shadow read for this full moon to new moon in May 2022? I am your reader, Mark Angelo, Lyons, Mal for short. Professional witch, professional intuitive, president of Drawing the Circle Productions since 1998, author of Words of Grace from a Professional Witch, available on Kindle, link in the description box, creator on Patreon, patreon.com/Drawing the Circle. I'm the Archangel of Lyons, Mark Angelo Lyons, but you can call me Mal. Hey. Make it disappear. Hi. Hey. My aqua lungs, my aquariums, it's shadow read time. If you are new to the channel, a 7-card draw is just 1 card from 7 different decks, getting you clues, tips, and hints about a specific astrological timeline, a waning moon timeline. And let's take a look at it. The full moon in Scorpio in Monday, May 15th, 12:13 a.m. So Eastern time. I am in New York. And then looking at the letting go, the releasing, the surrendering, the alchemy, the shadow work, clearing the plate to the new moon in Gemini. Monday, May 30th, 7:30 a.m. Light your torch, wave it for the new moon on Monday. Simon LeBon White, courtesy telephone. So what do you need to let go of? Release, right? Deal within yourself. To help yourself clear the plate, make room for the new to come in at the new moon. And we're going to try and have fun with these readings, but let me just say I'm well aware of what's going on planet Earth litigiously, right? What's going on in the Ukraine, what's going on in the United States, and just, you know, I watch the news. So just to put it out there, you manifesting your heart's desire is part of the universe's plan to make this all better. So the more that you can do your own interior healing, your own shadow work, dealing with the stuff you don't want to look at, the more that will vanish in the outside world. It's just how it works. I didn't write it that way, right? So you do your shadow work, I'll do my shadow work, and maybe we'll see a little less fear, war, injustice, that kind of shit on the planet. Cool, right? Because what else are we going to do except complain about it? This is a better option. So it's a general read. Take what resonates, leave what doesn't. Check your other signs to get more information about what else you need to let go, because your sun might be letting go of something different than your moon, your rising, or your Venus. Other than that, both feet on the floor if you can. Stay grounded. Focus on your breath, if you will, and I will get you the clarity, guidance, and grace that I can from my pantheons of the divine to serve a much larger plan and a much better plan that we can't even imagine. Please, take a nice deep breath. And here we go. Still point. Here we go. Using the Caroline Myss archetype deck, I call upon the collective pantheons of angels, archangels, goddesses, gods, ascended masters of the General Assembly, the higher selves of all involved, 5th dimension and above, 8th chakra and above, the spirit animals and totems, as well as the pantheon of all pantheons, all traditions, lineages, and cultures. Please, what is the dominant 8th chakra archetype hovering above the head of the Aquarian collective Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs? Info for other cross-watchers too. Determining their electromagnetic field, right? What they attract, what they repel, what's going on the 7 chakras underneath it. Indicating the shadow work this full to new, May 2022. The Seeker, very Aquarian, a wisdom family archetype. There are 9 different families. The wisdom family is one of them. All archetypes are neutral, meaning they are a balance of shadow and light, toxic and healthy, pain and peace, illusion and truth, fear and love. Hence, the shadow work. The shadow is something you don't want to look at within yourself, or if you know about it, you don't want anybody else to know, so you keep it in the shadows. It's what we do in the shadows. Guillermo. The shadow attribute, inability to commit to a path once found. Right? How wise is that? It's like my whole life I've been searching and I found it. Okay, what else you got, right? Seems a little Gemini. The light attribute, thirst for wisdom and truth wherever they are. And I have a lot of Aquarian friends, you freaks. I love you. And they're always trying to get that truth, no matter what it is. Higher spiritual truth, what's going on with the governments, you know, what's going on in their life and their relationships. Little bits of a detective there. But the seeker can be a spiritual seeker. It's just looking for truth in some way, shape, or form. And that's very, very powerful in the times we are in. The more you do that, the more everybody does that. Unity. We're all one. So let's look at the next 4 chakras down: the crown, the third eye, the throat, and the heart. Your spiritual power, your mental power, your willpower, and your emotional power, your internal energy, your yin dynamic, your goddess energy, your second level of power, your psychological world. Let's just see what hits the table. Please take a nice deep breath. Still point. I started somebody's car. As I call upon my goddesses of air, the sign of Aquarius, powers of the east, please, my beloved goddesses of wisdom. What is one card in clarity, I should say, for the Aquarian collective? Sun, moon, rising, Venus signs watching this video, receiving this reading. What is it they need to be aware of inside of themselves? Heart, third eye, crown. Where the shadow work begins, because third chakra is the choice to do or not to do. The shadow work to heal or not to heal, to be, not to be. So what is it they need to be aware of to help them with this alchemy of the seeker? This full to new May 2022. The Hanged Man in this deck is called Reversal. It's a voluntary turning of oneself upside down in order to see things differently. Now, certainly reminiscent of other Hangman cards, but if you really want to get the tea about the Hangman, read the myth of Odin, the Allfather in Norse mythology, and the World Tree Yggdrasil. There's a lot of Y's, there are some G's, I think there's a D in there, there's a lot going on there, right? Plucked out an eye, hung himself upside down on a tree, a world tree, an ash tree, what a pain in the ash, in exchange for certain gifts, among other things. The runes of which have become so popular since the pandemic. Everybody's throwing runes nowadays. You kids and your Nordic runes. So, to seek only truth, right? The sacred truth of the third eye, according to Carolyn Mace in her book Anatomy of the Spirit. Here we have somebody who's willing to sacrifice to do so. The key to the word, the root of the word sacrifice is sacred, right? To make something sacred. It was never about killing stuff, all right? But it was certainly about voluntarily surrendering something. So is there an illusion you're letting go of? A lens that you've been looking through a bit darkly in order to see what's the wisdom and the truth of wherever you are, in whatever situation this pertains to. Lower 3 chakras, the masculine dynamic, looking at you from the outside in, maybe you from the inside looking out. Something to do with the physical world, though. Lower 3 chakras are about relationships. Your root chakra are your groups, your tribes, your circles of people. I'm a Yankees fan. I'm a Mets fan. I'm a go-go. I'm a member of the Bad Reputation Nation. Thank you, Joan Jett and the Blackhearts, right? All that kind of stuff. Second chakra, relationship one-on-one with another person or thing. Like I have a very, very strong second chakra relationship with coffee, right? Your solar plexus is your relationship to yourself, your survival intuition, your personal power, your boundaries, your honor code, what you will, what you won't, what you do, what you don't. Let's see what hits the table. Please take a nice deep breath. Still point. As I call upon my gods of air, the sign of Aquarius, powers of the east, lower 3 chakras, please, using the Mythic Tarot. What's going on with the Aquarians, lower 3 chakras? What is it they need to be aware of? Outside looking in, inside looking out, masculine dynamic. That they need to be aware of to alchemize the seeker with the Hanged Man, reversal on the inner. The Death card. So you got a double whammy major arcana. It's not the same major arcana, but there are only 2 tarot decks in this 7-card draw. So, I mean, we're looking at something major here. This isn't just a thing. This is a place you're going through, symbolically speaking, a stage upon which you are going through the drama of your life, seeking truth, while things are transforming all around you, or if this is really you, and you would know this, I think, at this point, stepping out and looking at yourself horizontally, it's like, wow, I'm really going through it, right? Death and rebirth, erosion and renewal, waning moon and waxing moon. Around and around we go. Now, this may or may not be a literal death. I've only seen literal death into actual readings once in my over 30-year career. I started reading tarot when I was 12. I'm 53 now. Yeah, I know, look at things, witchcraft. Glamour, doctor. This can certainly be a physical death going on outside of you that you want to seek the truth about. But my sense is with that card of the Hanged Man, this is really more about seeing something differently that is in the process of transforming, or it could be you who are in the crucible being transformed. Both can be true. Both can absolutely be true. So, we got our chakras from the 8th all the way down to the root, the star center all the way down to the root chakra. Let's get you a healing mantra from the Matt Kahn Healing Mantra deck to help you, particularly with the Hanged Man. Right? A nice clarifying truth to work as a mantra. A mantra is Sanskrit for mind tool as well as to cover or to protect, like a shield. So fixed air, fixate your mind on this mantra and it should help. Please take a nice deep breath. Still point. As I call upon the ascended masters of the General Assembly, please, one card in clarity, the perfect, specific, clarifying, healing mantra for the Aquarian collective, Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs, and their cross-watchers, of course, watching this video, receiving this reading. What's the mantra, the words, the truth that they will help them find what they seek, alchemizing that seeker archetype in the 8th. Reversal, the Hanged Man on the inner, the Death card transformation. It's not the last card, it's only the 13th out of 22 cards, traditional tarot. So please, what's their healing mantra to help them with this shadow work, this full to new May 2022? Illuminating the truth. I am willing to see things clearly no matter the outcome. There you go. I mean, there it is. Right, I'm willing to see things clearly. I even said, make it clarifying. I am willing, throat chakra, to see things clearly, third eye, no matter the outcome. Right, whether I like it or not, it's better to know the truth, which means that there might be something sacrificed here. Heart, throat, third eye, crown. When it's a major arcana card, it's all of the chakras in that zone, that level of power. So this is Hanged Man all the way through, and lower 3 chakras is the Death card, transformation all the way through. Mind you, though, a lot of the Death card is more about rising from the ashes and going to, but in a general read. Right? Usually I talk to the client at this point. So what's going on? What's going on? I'm going to read this from the Bookie Book. It's one of 3 Bookie Book readings here. This is my clairvoyant mantra. This is the one when I really want to kick the clairvoyance up a notch, because clairvoyant, it's French for clear seer or clear seeing. Clairvoyant, clairvoyance is clear seeing. Illuminating the truth. I am willing to see things clearly, no matter the outcome. When the truth is illuminated, you are no longer willing to settle for opinions, but instead yearn for a direct reflection that can shift fear and apprehension into higher vibrations of acceptance, right? So there, just start there. All right, so dealing with some kind of death transformation on the inside, I know I've got to surrender this. So what are my fears about this? What are my shadows about this? So I can see them clearly and understand that they're more about the past than the future, and they're more about lack than gain, right? You can't have a thought of fear without lack, and you can't have a thought of lack without fear. It's just how it works. A Course in Miracles. In the illumination of truth, it doesn't matter how much life gets inconvenienced or disrupted. Instead, the recognition of fact versus falsehood allows you to move past the shattering of experiences. The shattering of expectations when you think you know what's going to happen, right? To commune with the reality beyond the horizon of your ingrained ideas. Now, ingrained ideas. Big boys don't cry. Girls aren't good at math and science. I was born in 1968. Yeah, I know. I don't look at things, right? But still, like, these are the things, right? Oh, please, I grew up a gay witch child in the 70s and the 80s, where you took your life in your hand for wearing the color pink. So, you know, it's that stuff that we can see beyond that. It's just software. It's not hardware. It's not who we are. This mantra is ideal for recovering from betrayal, big one, healing abandonment, big one, and dealing with distrust, because if you know that you're willing to see the truth no matter the outcome, yeah, shit may explode sooner rather than later, but it's better sooner, right? It's like, oh my God, I could have married that person. It's a good thing I was willing to see things clearly no matter the outcome. What are your attachments? Looks like you're going to have to surrender them. But who isn't? Really. Anybody who's doing the work, spiritual awakening, whatever you want to call it, spiritual evolution, we're all having to let go of what was, because what is way bigger than anything we've ever had before. Let's ask the higher selves of all involved about that. Whispers of Love Oracle. There are no womp-womps in this deck, but it will turn the party, right? The true love card, the romance card, the spiritual connection card. All of a sudden we're dealing with lovey-dovey romance. Let's see what hits the table. Please take a nice deep breath. Still point. That feels nice. Okay, does it call upon the higher selves of all? 5th dimension and above, 8th chakra and above. What is the whisper of love, the piece of information, inspiration, insight, most needed for the Aquarian collective Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus sign, and cluing in their cross watchers so that they can best alchemize the lead to gold, the shadow to light, and the seeker archetype. Reversal, Hangman on the inner, Death on the outer. Illuminating the truth, willing to see things clearly no matter the outcome. Better to know the truth than to try and make decisions based on illusion. What's their whisper of love? The piece of information, inspiration they most need. This full to new May 2022. There it is. The union of hearts. This is a love. This is a relationship. This is a connection. Sorry. Of love that defies explanation. So trying to find the truth in something that defies explanation, it's going to be a higher truth. Now, they're making out, these two tree people, man dryad, woman dryad, I don't know how that works. Rooting. But this could be any kind of union of hearts, like to just automatically say this is definitely romantic across the board. It's not here. We still have one more card, two more cards to go. But this could be a family member. This could be a friend. But there's a union of hearts. And you know what it's like. Of all the people in the world, why should I love you? A Kate Bush song written by Prince. Was that the Sensual World album? It's one of them. This feels interesting. It feels nice, though. It does feel nice. I don't get the sense... Well, if this is a literal death of somebody close to you, you know, no longer in physical body, with a connection of hearts, then it defies explanation. What you are going through here, the connection that you have, that's not my sense of it, although that would certainly put somebody on a seeking binge, right? Gotta find the truth. Want to get, what am I learning here? What is this all about? What's the universe trying to tell me? But then not moving on once that truth has been revealed, that wisdom has been taken, right? The shadow, inability to commit to a path once found. It's like, oh, there's the answer to everything. What else you got? Right? Second to last card down, the Divine Animals Oracle. The spirit animals and totems, because if you're going to do the shadow work, call upon the animal pantheon, because let's face it, the human body ain't vegetable or mineral. It's animal. Breathe. I wonder what the human totem looks like. Breathe. This is my favorite pantheon. Still point. As I call upon the spirit animals and totems for the Aquarian collective Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus signs, watching this video, receiving this reading, and elucidating for their cross watchers, please, who walks with them, who swims with them, who flies with them, who crawls with them, offering them the protection, the guidance, the grace, the love, the wisdom, the power to do this shadow work with the seeker in the 8th. Hanged Man, reversal on the inner, death card on the outer. Illuminating the truth in a union of hearts that defies explanation, which kind of also says in there in the fine print, good luck trying to find a mental reason for this one. There's a sole purpose, not a reason. So who helps them with this? Who walks, who flies, who swims, who crawls with the Aquarians through this shadow work, this full to new May 2022? You got the bison. It's a buffalo. It's a buffalo. We love the buffaloes. The horn cows. The bison, now obviously big in native indigenous tribes of the Americas. I think that's the right way to say it. Please somebody text me when we change the nouns and verbs on stuff. I'm doing my best. A lot to keep up with. But certainly a sacred thing, and often a card of abundance, like the white buffalo woman. The key word here is ritual, right? A ritual is any set of actions, usually actions, even if they're verbal actions, put together in a series in order to attain a certain aim. I've taught ritual design for decades, right? So in the morning, what do you do first? Have your coffee or brush your teeth? I used to have my coffee and then I brushed my teeth, and I was like, that's not great, right? Because the sugar gets in the, that's not great. So I switched it. Have my coffee, I brush my teeth first, then have my coffee. Yeah, it tastes a little bit like Crest whitening, but that is my daily ritual. Now, it's good for my teeth, but with something like this, with two major arcana cards, you might need a little bit of a ritual thing to help you illuminate this truth. Maybe something as simple as lighting a tea light once a day and saying, I have no idea what the truth is here in this waning moon. I surrender my illusions. Show me the truth. Grant me the grace of humility. The grace that says, I know that I don't know, but I am willing to be shown, right? To be that blank slate, to be open. Let's read you what the bison has to say here. Card number 35. I do that every morning, by the way, and every night. I begin and end every day with prayer. Read my book, Words of Grace. There's a lot of good stuff in there. It's essentially a book of prayer. But it's a book of sort of pagan prayer. I don't know, it's very universal. It's the chakras, the chapters are done by chakra, right? How much more universal can you get than an interior, physiological, biological, biographical energy system? So I'm having trouble getting to card number 35. Shall we? I'm going to read the first part and the last part. Breathe. Card number 35, Bison. Ritual is your keyword. Live with authenticity and peace. Do not live how other people wish you to live. Your life is yours. Bringing the peace of ritual into our lives can heal us. Nourish yourself and develop habits that are beneficial and useful for you and your family. You know, it's interesting. Yes, this is certainly about some kind of soul contract with the union of hearts here. But this is really saying, regardless of what's going on here with this death transformation, whether it's you, the person you're dealing with, the relationship itself, the world in general, you're burning away the inauthentic parts, the walls that we build, right? Now, there are certain boundaries. That's a different story. You want to keep those boundaries intact, but they change as we grow. Don't talk to strangers is good for a 4-year-old. It's not great for a 44-year-old, just saying, right? But to get that there is some sort of ritual pattern here, whether it is spiritual, mental, emotional. If you speak to a therapist once a week, that's a ritual, right? Better Health, BetterHelp.com, sorry, right? Whatever that is, right? Yoga for the spirit and the body, spell work, prayer work, whatever it is you do, ritual would be really helpful for you right now. So let me read you the magic. The magic of the bison is an ancient one that asks us to put aside the everyday and connect with the natural world and that of the spirits. So, you know, it's warm here now. It's 70 degrees today on Long Island. It's lovely. So once I'm done with the video today, I'm going to go out and I'm just going to clean up my garden, right? Just kind of start, you know, pulling stuff out, right? Connect in that way. But to me, that is a devotional practice. Not just of my time and my energy to nature, but to the goddess herself. You can do your everyday routine and still bring spirit to it. Having everyday rituals is an important touchstone for mental and spiritual health, absolutely. Keeping to good and positive ritual and habits for ourselves is something with which the bison can help us. And if you saw what I do before every single reading I do, I mean, not just the hair, the makeup, the lights, the camera, the action, the satisfaction, the prayer, the breath work, all of it. It's all ritual, but I keep it flexible. I change it so I don't get dogmatic. And I know Aquarians do not like dogma. They're the freaks of the zodiac that want to find a new and improved ingenious way of doing it that's never been done before. But then will they commit to it once they find it, right? Woo, red for filth. Okay. If you got any Gemini in your chart, chances are that's the shadow here. Or is this wanting to move on from this union of hearts? Let's see. It is a waning moon read, but ritual would be helpful. All right, last card down. See, within the light, right, there's gold. There's gold within the lead, right? Lead has 3 more atoms than gold. You burn it off, you wane those 3 atoms. Lead turns into gold symbolically through spiritual alchemy. Well, that light has a hidden blessing, right? A blessing hidden within the lead. We're going to find out what that is in the mystical Celtic blessing cards to enrich and empowered, called Blessed Be by Lucy Cavendish. Last card down. As jokey and hokey pokey as I like to be in the reads, to keep it light, these we do for realsies. Please take a nice deep breath. If we're going to confer a blessing, we're going to confer a blessing. Still point. As I call upon the pantheon of all pantheons, all traditions, lineages, and cultures, please, what is the hidden blessing? The gold within the lead, the light at the end of the tunnel for the Aquarian collective Sun, Moon, Rising, Venus sign, happy, healthy, wealthy, wise, intimate, sexual, satisfying soulmate contract. Them alchemizing the seeker, enhancing their thirst for wisdom and truth wherever they are, with that willingness to surrender and sacrifice their point of view, their way of seeing things, voluntarily doing reversal with the hangman on the inner, heart, third eye, crown on the outer. The death card, something completely transforming, maybe going to ashes, maybe rising from, maybe somewhere in that own waxing and waning process. But for them to illuminate the truth, I'm willing, throat chakra, to see things clearly, third eye, no matter the outcome. Surrender it through the crown chakra. There we go. Boom, boom, boom. Up it goes. In this union of hearts, a connection that defies explanation, so trying to explain it with words and thoughts ain't gonna cut it. So some ritual to do this step by step, bit by bit, a little bit every day. Let them call to the bison so that those ritual or rituals can be shown to them. Simple things, usually. So if they do all of that, if they bring it all together, if they are willing to see things clearly, no matter the outcome, what's the hidden blessing for them this full to new May 2022? A blessing to shield you and safeguard you. I was talking about a shield before. Didn't that word come out my mouth? I'm pretty sure it did. It's my first reading video today. Card number 35. Now look, this is like a combination of the Morrigan and some kind of like a Japanese animation heroine, which I am down for. Woo, it really looks like a very young Morrigan. What is that? Maxa, the maiden aspect of the Morrigan. Card number 45. A blessing to shield and safeguard you. Oh, this is the last. Oh, no, it's not the last one. But it is essentially a spell. It's not just a blessing, I believe. There's a lot of Celtic words in here. Bear with me. Please don't cancel me for the inability to pronounce words that have way more consonants or way more vowels than we're used to. Torch of Archangel Ariel. We're gonna do this. Let's fucking do it. Please take a nice deep breath. Let's go, Alzina. Still point. Pantheons of the divine. Say it through me. Convey this blessing. Card number 45, a blessing to shield and safeguard you. A traditional protective blessing from the Carmita Gadelic, Gadelic, a collection of traditional Celtic blessings to entwine the forces of the ancient guardians with the needs of your day, bringing back to life the sacred ways so that your day returns to magic and takes on the shape of the divine. This might very well be the ritual, right? Some sort of protection ritual. Angels guard, angels guide on absolutely every side. God and Goddess, hear my plea and seal the spell of total safety is 1 and 1 and 1 make 3 as I will, so mote it be. I got a million of them. Here we go. Shield and safeguard us, valiant Nawada of the white sword, who subdued the fear bulg of blood for the love of the tribe, for pains of Danu's children. Hold thy shield over us, protect us all. Hold thy shield over us, protect us all. Danu, mother of the shining ones, shield, O shield us, Lady of nobleness, and Bridget, the beauteous, shepherdess of the flocks. Safeguard thou our animals, encircle us together. Safeguard thou our animals, encircle us together. And Ellen, beneficent, benign, governess of the trackways of power, invoke the star of power upon the path. Guide well thou ourselves, shield our procession. Guide well thou ourselves, shield our procession. Be the triad with us this day and night, on the Machair plain or on the mountain ridge. Be the triad with us and her cloak around us. May the triad be the triad with us and her cloak around us, for the well-being of all, and with harm to none, as we will it. So let it be done. So mote it be. Blessed be. Themyscira forever. Oh my goodness gracious, I should have warned Diana instead of Mal-El, the last gay of Krypton. So did you like it? Like it. Hit the thumbs up, aquariums. Help the other aqualungs find this video. And if you want more of me, I don't know, subscribe. I'm the cute fun one. You might as well, because I ain't stopping anytime soon. Not with my contract. And if you want to go deeper, if you really want to go there, we're serving up a whole lot of deep, mystical, fun, crazy shit over on Patreon. Patreon.com/Drawing the Circle. I am, after all, the Archangel of Lyons, Mark Angelo Lyons. But you can call me Mal. Hey, it's so much fun reading for you. An intense read. And look, if you want a private read, easy enough to do. There is a link to a YouTube video in the description box. Booking a reading with Mal explains it all for you, just like Clarissa. Have at it. Comment if you feel it. I love you. May you be blessed with that shield to protect you through whatever this death phase is that you are going through. And if you feel like commenting, do so. Maybe it'll help some other people along the way. Wishing you the very best and the very blessed this full to new May 2022, my beloved aqualungs. Farewell and blessed be.